By the way, we can still have conversations while we're doing all this. And
Okay, I didn't know that.
for those that are watching, like usual, I go live a little early just so I could share the links. So we're not gonna officially start till 7 o'clock.
Okay, cool. If I have stuff like written in my notes, can I still speak to you guys? Like if I go and check it out?
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
Is
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have the Zoom app downloaded?
Yeah, I do.
Then you would. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Did you call me?
So like, I'm gonna try it out. So you guys can still hear me, right?
Yes.
She said she
Yes.
on her way.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
30 minutes.
Do you guys want me to tag you guys? Because I'm gonna put the link in my bio. Do you want me to tag you so you can reshare or what?
Yeah, just go ahead and do that, Maha. That sounds good.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I just sent y'all the link, by the way.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, bye. It's just 5 minutes out. I'm not.
It's okay. By the time I'm done introducing the sponsors, I mean.
I am so sorry, girlfriend. I do that to all of us.
Should I leave it on?
What?
The heat? Preferably.
I mean, I got my jacket today.
It's all up to you. It's all up to y'all. Right now it's
I'm
on. That's why you feel good. But I ain't gonna lie. When it comes off, it does get cold in here. So.
No,
This
leave
is
it
good.
on.
I'm comfortable.
So you want me to keep it like this?
Yeah.
Then? Okay.
Yeah, don't do anything different, please.
Sounds good.
Can you hear me? Nothing.
All right.
I said I'm
Just sharing my last post right here before we go live.
Yes.
We have a great show for y'all today, by the way.
I know all of these ladies. I know them in from like like literally childhood. It's a
Yeah,
great
Shayna,
group.
I've known you forever. Isn't that crazy?
This is a great group of females. Like I couldn't be more satisfied in life.
As
Right.
much
You're so sweet.
as much as
We
I,
appreciate it.
as much as I want to give myself credit, it's probably all Lamis is the middle person in this whole situation.
I know.
So
Miso herself, but of course she's running fashionably late. Per usual, Miso, when you watch this back.
Alright, well, we're ready to get it started, and hopefully she'll be walking in. Make sure that the door is open for her. Whenever she walks in, this is her seat. We'll let her know. We can get the show started and on the road. It is officially 7 o'clock. And I first of all want to say, I especially want to say, well, first of all, welcome to the Table Talk podcast. That's what I first want to mention. And Shay, actually, can you actually hop over if you can and sit over there, just so I know that you're not being blocked. We want to make sure we see your face, Shay. Everybody want to make sure they see Shay's face. All right.
Is this good?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. If you want to get a little bit closer this way, you can keep on scooting, Shay.
Wow, I love this. I'm sitting so close to you guys. If you guys were not virtual, I would be sitting on your laps.
All right, this is the Table Talk podcast, episode 13, by the way. Today's topic is about women in the business world. We have 5 women that will be here today that are in the business world, that are doing big things. So we can't wait for each and every one of you to hear what they have to say. And they're going to share their thoughts on a couple different things. And then they even got this cool thing happening this Friday. I'm going to let them tell more details about it because they obviously are the ones that are holding it. And so it's called Wonderland for small businesses, where a bunch of women business owners who are going to be in the same building, supporting each other and communicating and connecting with one another, if I'm correct. So they're going to talk more about it. Can't wait to hear more about it. But again, I just want to introduce everybody that is over here. Of course, you got the co-host Shay in the building. Big Sis will not be in the building today. Abir Thabit / Pick a Date. She will not be here because she's living her best life right now, all right?
I mean, bring me back a magnet.
Yes.
My mom's going to be real disappointed if you don't.
Yeah, so I know when she sees this video, she's going to be laughing, saying, okay, Ahmad, but...
My mom has a freakish obsession over magnets, you guys. It's ridiculous.
And we already got people commenting saying this is the best show on Tuesday night, all right? So we're trying to right now, who we're finding with Grey's Anatomy, is that still on right now, or what?
Yeah, it is like season 18 or 19.
And I freaking love that show. Listen,
Yes.
I'm not going to lie.
So we're we're battling right now with Grey's Anatomy, all right? But with that said, just want to say, I'm going to introduce everybody. I want to give a shout out to the sponsors, though. It's the Balkan House Restaurant and BC Adhesives. I am going to start off with the Balkan House Restaurant. The Balkan House Restaurant is famous for their doner kebab sandwich. They even serve breakfast. All of their food is halal. The service is A1. They're always giving back to the community. Their location is 3028 Kniff Street, Hamtramck, Michigan. They also have a Ferndale location, which is 314 West 9 Mile Road, Ferndale, Michigan. Their number is 313-262-6234. Shout out to the Balkan House Restaurant. That is one of the sponsors for today. The second one is BC Adhesives, but we will get into them later. With that said, I was introducing Shay. She's in the building. I'm going to introduce Tiara Foster from the Glam Lab and Laser Studio. By the way, when I introduce each and every one of y'all, I got to do the money symbol, all right? Because this is all money. It's all money. This is all big money businesses. So we got Tiara here. We have Maha Almaweri. If I said that correctly, I want to make sure. Maori. I'm sorry.
Oh my!
You guys, if y'all seen the face that Shay just gave me, I was afraid. But that also gets another cha-ching symbol. All right. You got Reem M from Reem's Yum Yums in the building as well. By the way, these three ladies are on virtual right now. They're on Zoom. So shout out to Reem. She's in the building as well.
Hey everybody, how are you guys?
And we have Summer Alyaishi from Summer Formats. Everybody's getting a money.
Hello.
Money cha-ching. And then we have Lamis Mohammed. She's in the building. I mean, she will be in the building as well. Eventually, she'll get in here and she will introduce herself as well.
Do you guys know Miso? She takes her time.
Exactly. So for those that are watching, by the way, if anybody wants to call in, if you have any questions, the number is 313.
Let's say it nice and slow.
306-1750.
You see why we have a problem? Because you don't even let me repeat it back.
All right.
How are they supposed to call back?
313.
313.
306.
306.
1750.
50.
If anybody wants to call, feel free to call in.
And
we'll answer that phone call as well.
That's him. He's Speedy Gonzalez, guys. So.
I am.
That's
So
him.
you know why? Is because I know people are here to listen to the guests. That's why. And I know they don't want to hear me speak. They want to hear them talk. So starting off with you, first of all, Tiara Foster. I know I probably sent the questions, but I did want to do number 2 first, and that is, pretty much tell me a bit about your business and what's it all about, and tell us about yourself, Tiara. So starting off with telling us about yourself.
So, I am I on?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
you're on,
Okay.
yeah.
So, I am a licensed esthetician. I've been in the game for like 2 years now. So, in Dearborn, I'm basically known for laser. Like, you hear Glam Lab and laser, it's the Glazer girl. But, I'm more than that. I got lash extensions, facials, lash lifts, so pretty much do everything. But the bulk of everything is laser.
So basically like a beauty bar.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you just say glazer?
No.
But that's actually really nice.
I thought that's what you just said, the glazer girl.
Glam laser.
The laser girl.
I thought I heard glazer.
No.
All right,
Oh my
because
God.
I was about to start calling. That's a great nickname. All right, but thank you for introducing yourself.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. And now I'm going to go ahead and go next with Maha. If Maha, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, who you are, and basically what it is your business about.
Yeah, you want to get up
Okay.
hello? I want to see you.
What's up? What?
Are we not seeing you?
What is it? I can't hear you.
Are we not allowed to see you, Maha?
No, I don't want to be on camera. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So I'm Maha from Customs by Maha. I make customized desserts for like all occasions. Like my specialty is kind of usually just dessert tables. I make letter dessert boxes with flowers and like a bunch of customized and colorful desserts. And yeah, I just do desserts.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Maha, for introducing yourself. And going from Maha, now we can go to Reem. Reem, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, it's Reem from Reem's Yum Yums, and my business page is basically a combination of sweet and savory foods. I've been claimed to have a food thirst trap page, so everybody comes to my page and comes hungry and gets upset because I can't give it to them. And honestly, my page took off when I started doing French wraps.
And from there, I did kitchen stories, and people like follow along and recreate my recipes that I post. And I'll do like authentic Yemeni cuisines and like American dishes, and then basically kind of have a food blogger kind of vibe, and people enjoy it. And that's what I do.
And you in the email when you sent it to me, you mentioned something that was I kind of laughed. What is the Crunchwraps called? What is the signature Crunchwraps called from Reem?
They're Crunchwrap Supreme, but like it's spelled Supreem. So that way you know it's mine and not Taco Bell's.
There you go. There you go.
That is the cutest thing ever.
Yeah, I laughed when I seen that. That was pretty funny. And then last but
Good
certainly,
marketing. Good marketing.
That is so creative.
It is.
Plus on the marketing.
For sure. And then last but certainly not least, we have Summer Alyaishi. Summer, you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business?
Yes, I am Summer Alyaishi from Summer Formats. I am a graphic designer. So I specialize in a little bit of everything, really. I do most popular Snapchat filters for events. I do digital invitations, printed invitations, business cards, logos, branding for a lot of small businesses that I've been so busy with lately. So thank you to all of my clients for that. I also do a bunch of smaller tasks from home. So I customize t-shirts, sweaters, cups, just a wide array of customization. So if you can think of it, I can customize it for you.
Awesome.
Summer, you should be customs by Summer.
I probably should. I like Summer Formats though. It has a nice ring to it.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And speaking of that, shout out to Summer. I know that she did our business cards as well, and also logos,
Yes.
branding. So shout out to Summer. We appreciate you. And like I said, whenever Miso comes, we're gonna just have her jump right in. So she's gonna have to. The camera's gonna be on her as soon as she gets in here. But with that said. Let's keep the ball rolling. Let's keep the show on the road, okay? And so thank you all for introducing yourselves, by the way. So my question is, what is this small business / Winter Wonderland is all about? And I just want to quickly say before y'all answer this, I think this is awesome. I think that this is exactly, I think it was Maha that I was talking to before the show started, and she was talking about how like there's been like a surge of, women business owners, and even Yemeni women business owners in the last few years, and it's been skyrocketing. And I think that the best way to support one another is doing these kind of things, because
Absolutely.
you are connecting with other business women, and y'all can share ideas and grow from one another. So I think this is awesome. But I'm gonna let you, since you're in the building right here, Tiara, if you want to tell us what this is about, and then anybody that wants to chime in, feel free to chime in and add on whatever it is. Maybe she forgot or anything like that. But go ahead, Tiara.
So basically, like you said, it's just us bringing like all the small business women together to kind of get that exposure. Like, we have like heavy platforms, so we're just using our platforms more so to like get our names out there, but to bring like.
You good right here.
How did she even come in?
That's all right. Limmy's is in the building, by the way, everybody. Hold on, we gotta give a round of applause for Limmy's coming in the building. She is here, according to sources, fashionably late. All right. With that said, I know, and I'm just completely joking, but thank you. But go ahead, continue on, Tiara.
But yeah, it's basically to like bring us together, bring new women into the industry, no matter if they're food vendors, clothing vendors, beauty, like just bringing us all together, kind of meet each other, like put our names out there, expose our brands to each other, and kind of just like break that mold of women like being in competition with each other, but like to bring us all to the table, like, hey, this is what I have to offer, this is what you have to offer, but we all can eat together, basically.
I love it. Anybody from the Zoom team, from Reem, Maha, and Summer that want to add on to that?
Yeah, I do want to add on to it. Just kind of bounce off of Tiara's idea. Basically the whole point of the event was to network and to get small business women to kind of meet each other and see each other. Like the faces of the brand aren't necessarily always important, but it's just kind of nice to see each other. And because we always talk over Instagram and kind of just have that connection with other people and just kind of see that we can do it all. We have potential. We all have a talent, and we all can get things done. And hopefully this networking event can kind of just help people and just see their full potential and just have the exposure that they need to see, and that we are here to support other people. We're not here to chase clout. You know what I mean?
And we're going to get into detail about why that's very important too. about supporting one another. But Reem and Summer and Maha, did you all want to add on anything to that as well?
So I like how Reem said it's like a way for us to connect with like our followers basically, because we interact with these people. Like I've had like lengthy conversations with these people, but I don't know what they look like. I don't know anything about them, but there's a connection there, and this is the perfect event, especially because it's all women's. It's perfect for I don't want to say it's a meet and greet, but like it's literally a way for everyone to meet each other and see each other in person, because like Reem said, the face of the brand is not as important as the brand is. So it's, I don't know, I just think it's, especially because a lot of us don't really post ourselves on there, like and in this community in general. So I think it's, I'm so excited to meet the people that I literally like, that comment on my stuff, that like respond to my stories, or like that make jokes about, like respond to my story with jokes and stuff. So it's really cool.
It's very...
I agree with what everyone has said too. And I think not just meeting our clients and our customers, but also meeting the other local small business owners who, you know, are kind of in the same boat as us, and you know, we're working together, we support each other. So I think it's important to have that like personal, like face-to-face connection as well with those other businesses, just to, you know, have those resources, build that strong community, and be able to grow together.
You know, what's very impressive is the fact, you know, there's famous saying that, you know, a good way for a business to succeed is to show face, right? But that's not true, right? I mean, you guys are changing that up. Seriously, like that's pretty impressive, because that's something that like has been going on for a long period of time, years and years, where that's something that people used to say, like, you know, you want your business to succeed, you got to show your face in this place, you got to show your face. Right. So that's pretty impressive that you're doing that. But y'all doing this now, but never really had to do that, so that's kind of interesting. So I'm gonna now shift the focus to Lamis. I just want to let you know, nothing's being picked up. You're good to go. Just want to let you know. But your sound, we'd love for you to scoot close to the mic just so the sound can be picked up really well. And so first of all, you want to introduce yourself, basically tell us who you are and what your business is about, and then I'll ask you the next question.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so my name is Lamis. A lot of people know me by Miso just because of my Instagram name, Skin by Miso. As many of you already know, since I kind of was already on here before, I'm a licensed esthetician. I focus on skincare. My priority is facials. I mean, I do a bunch of other things, but that's really my main focus. And that's pretty much it. And
so what made you, like, what was your thought process about the Winter Wonderland, and what made you want to...
So I'm like, if you know me personally, you know I'm all about supporting. I'm always supporting other people, especially people who are in the same field as me. Backstory, actually, me and my best friend Tiara, like we went to beauty school together. We're in the same field. She's also an esthetician, and there is no competition between us, and we're best friends.
That's the number one question that we get. Like, how are you not in competition? Like, you guys don't feel no type of way. I'm like, that's sis, like that's family. So. It's no competition. Like, everybody, we work completely different, but
we share clientele.
Exactly.
We, like, if I'm ever busy, I can send my client to her. Like, I feel like if there isn't that competition in there, everything can always go smooth and perfectly. So I'm just really like I love supporting other girls. So that's just something that's very, very big for me. And I feel like if I don't have people surrounded by me that are like that as well, I cannot associate with them.
I think that's very important what y'all doing, because of the fact that people have a mindset, right, that before they open up a business, they ask, like, oh, somebody already has that, and then like they think that they can't open it anymore. And so I think that just being able to show that it can, first of all, everybody can eat, right? Everybody can get what they got to get. And also supporting one another, not just only like y'all doing your own thing, you're actually helping one another out. And that goes to the next question. And I'm going to start off with you, Summer. So my next question is, why do you think it's important for women to support other women?
I think that women supporting other women is important because we are the only ones who will support each other when it comes down to it. We are trying to build this community of small businesses and get our names out there, get our businesses out there. if we're sitting here trying to pull each other down or drag each other down, none of us will get anywhere. We'll all stay at the bottom. I have a lot of people who are in the same field as me, who also do graphic design, who do, offer the same services and products I do. It wouldn't benefit me at all to not support these other people who are in the same field as me. We can get tips off of each other. We can, if I can't take an order, I can send it over to that other person who's in the same field as me. I think that it's important for us to support each other, because if we don't, then who will? We have to kind of set the standards for the rest of the community. And if they see us working together and growing together, they'll want to be a part of it. And I think that this event is actually a prime example of that, because, when we started advertising this event, we weren't getting much interest. We weren't getting much, people wanting to join, or vendors wanting to join, or even attendees showing interest. But all of these small female business owners coming together and saying, hey, I believe in this. I want to join this. I want to be a part of this. And that's how this grew into what it is, really. And honestly, I think we can all agree that this has grown way bigger than what we anticipated it to be. And even just being here, I think, proves that.
I think I want to just reiterate the importance of the girl code and what the actual girl code looks like. And this is what it looks like. One of the biggest things that I grew up on was networking, and alhamdulillah that I had that capability of doing that. And that's a huge essence. It's a key factor in any type of fundamental success in life, right? And what you guys are doing is you guys are giving females, usually that have that type of oppression tone, you're giving them an opportunity. Giving them an opportunity to come in, to be open, to just be amongst female, to have a safe spot. And that's very, very, very important. And not only is it important, it's very rare. It doesn't happen as often as it should. Yeah. So this is something that honestly, you guys, wallah, from the bottom, the deepest part of my heart, you guys should honestly give yourselves a clap on the back, or give yourself something. I'm gonna cue it. Yeah. Because honestly, this is huge, and this is honestly something that you guys should all feel great. May God reward you guys in ways that words can't even describe. Yeah. Because because it's not even. And I love how Summer and Miso, you guys reiterated the importance of working with girls in the same field, but not only that, expanding the network so that I can go to somebody like Miso who does my facials and be like, hey, who do you recommend for this? And they'll be like, oh yeah, I've had a good experience with Customs by, this, or I've had this, and it's nice. Because I already have that trust with that one specific business facility, I can reiterate that and extend that because of that. And so this is another great way of me even wanting to support people just because of the affiliation that's there. Again, networking. It's so important. So again, kudos to you ladies, honestly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And I just
Go ahead, Matt.
It was Reem, I think.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to say that the whole point of the event was to network, and if there's anything that I've learned being a part of this Instagram business journey is that when you support others, it doesn't take from your risk, it doesn't take from your sustenance. When you're truly happy and genuine for other people's successes, it'll be reciprocated back to you in ways you can't even imagine. You'll have hidden blessings everywhere. When you build those social circles, you'll see who's there to support you. You'll see who's going to be there when you need help. And that's when those people will mention your name in a room full of opportunities. This is why women should always be supporting women. There's no competition. And I always say there's enough room on the table for everybody. You just choose to seat yourself. No matter what your business, what your talent is, it doesn't matter. You're an individual. You have your own vibe, your own aesthetic, your own personality. Just bring what you can and let yourself shine, because you're your own star. Right. And then from there, people will attract you, and then you'll build a clientele, and then you get to refer people, like you guys said, and you can be like, hey, so-and-so does this, I'm not good at it, but she is, go ahead, go to her. It just speeds off, and you have this ripple effect, and you don't realize how many blessings you're going to get because you're supporting other people, and your list will always continue to build. You'll always find goodness in the things that you will do. And I just think that people in the beginning didn't take this very seriously because it seemed like a girls' club. And it's not a girls' club. This is a professional event that we're trying to have, and we tried to make it in a sense where everybody's welcomed, and we want you to feel comfortable, and want you just to kind of network and see what people are doing with others. And we're here to help each other. We're not here to scratch your back, scratch my back, benefit off of it. We're here to actually make genuine connections with other people. That's what I wanted to say.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Literally took the words like right out of my mouth, like the first part, and like have it. Well, like I was literally gonna say all of that, but you hit it right on the nail.
Like for real, because I just feel like you attract people from the community itself that you're in or other fields. Like they'll resonate with your passion or your vibe, and they'll trust you. Like Shay said, they'll trust your opinion on this person. You're like, oh wow, yeah, you're right. Like that's how you build circles. You know what I mean? Like, and it's alhamdulillah, it always works out.
It's the reality. Yeah, I love that. I love that you guys have the reality in mind and not just like this fantasy, like what might work or what's gonna. No, like this is how it gets done. This is what actually works. This is how people move, and it's happening. And you guys are doing a great job, honestly.
So funny that you say that because we were slacking in the beginning, like real bad, and we were like, you know what, maybe this isn't gonna work out. We all just were like, oh, whatever. But then like we all started like putting our 2 cents in. We're like, hey, like let's get this together.
Yeah.
Let's make this happen because we've been slacking for a minute. So
and that's
we
what
just pushed each other. Like, let's make it happen.
And that's like to start an event or to start an or to start some type of like eventful thing for the public. That's such a hard task to do, and unless you do it, you don't know how hard it is, right? It's like it's intense.
I'm not gonna
It's
lie to you.
intense.
We were nervous.
From
We
the
were like,
little
"This is gonna go
articulate
well."
details to the biggest details,
It's so overwhelming.
It's very, very overwhelming. And if it's not something that you personally do or have that experience with, then it's very, very intense to even begin with. But you guys are doing it. You guys took the initiative. And like, you guys are all female. You guys all come from a background of minorities. Every single one of you guys. You guys are making the way, trailblazing. My biggest thing is empowering. Screw that. You guys are trailblazing. You guys are setting the standard for females to look at you guys as young, powerful boss ladies and be like, I want to be just like that. I've never in my life thought about like things like fluffy stuff until I saw Summer Format's stuff, like her little cute stickers and stuff, and I'm like, oh, wait, what? That's a thing? And my sister's like, yeah, bro. And I'm like, oh, whoa, like it's so creative. Like the standards are set, and you guys are doing such a phenomenal job. I'm just like,
Thank you. We're trying.
Thank you,
We
Shay.
appreciate the support. We really do. It's nice to hear it because sometimes it goes unrecognized.
no.
And then although we support each other, like we know we're always there for each other, but it's nice to see like the outside person and kind of that perspective,
Absolutely. And you guys know I don't sugarcoat a damn thing. I'm sorry.
Hey, and just want to make sure we mention that Shay is a co-host of the Table Talk podcast, so we stand with Shay and what she has to say. No, but we completely agree. I completely agree for sure with everything that she said and everything that everybody said. So it's all awesome. I don't know if you wanted to touch on a little bit more about why is it important to support women. I mean, did you want to add on anything else?
Yeah, of course. So it's always important. I feel like if that's not part of your business or part of your daily life, I guess, nothing will ever go the right way. I mean, think of it like this: like you're starting a business, you want people to support you. You want people to be like, hey, yeah, you could do this, or hey, throw a comment underneath your post, or share your post, or whatever the case may be. So it's like if you want that, but you're not giving that, how do you expect that to work? How do you expect that to happen? And when I first started my business, that's what I wanted. I wanted people to support me because in Dearborn, I was actually the first Yemeni girl who became an esthetician, and that did play a role. And I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I should do this, if I shouldn't. Like, I don't know how this is gonna work out. So once
And
I
let me
pushed
tell y'all, I was there for so many pep talks.
and imagine she's also becoming an esthetician, and she's like, girl, you need to do this. And that right there just showed me like, hey, like supporting other girls, it means something. It works. It does something. So her pushing me and like, hey, like, you can do this too, was like, wow, okay. And it happened. And alhamdulillah, like I, think a lot every single day. Like I never thought, I'd be this successful. I'm literally always booked out, and it's just so beautiful.
Who you telling?
And alhamdulillah. So it's like now that I look back at that and know that that's what I wanted, I now give it.
Yeah,
I'm always
absolutely.
supporting. I'm always posting for other estheticians or other girls who are in the beauty field, and I'm just always making sure that they get the same support that I wanted, because I want them to be successful now, And it's just that's really just how it works. So
All right, a couple of things. First of all, best facials. I also wear PSF daily now. That's my wife, by the way. My wife Emmett is chiming in. Just wanted to say that she's
One of my
proud
favorite
about.
I'm
clients.
so scared to not wear sunscreen now.
I sometimes see the
Can I
post.
just tell you a story yesterday?
Yes, you can.
So we're all at Avenue Brunch House.
She's gonna turn off the heat, but go ahead, continue on.
Eating our food. She gets ready to leave, turns around to some random girl she doesn't know, and is like, "Do you wear your SPF?" What do you mean you don't wear
I call that
SPF? Pull it
dedication,
out
okay?
of her, out of her purse,
You guys, I
everything.
literally pulled out the SPF right out of my purse, and I was like, "Here you go, honey." I was like, "You gotta start wearing this every day." She's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you don't want me." And the girls are in the back like,
We're like, Lamis, get out of the restaurant. Like, go. So, like, go home. Bye.
Hey,
I'm
you know,
telling
on the
you,
bright
she
side,
scares
on-
everybody
I know,
with that
but on the
SPF.
bright
My
side,
mom.
you gain a follower.
My mom comes into my room slamming the door. Tell Lamis I need a chemical peel, and she told me I need the sunscreen. So like, what do I do now? Like my mom started. I was like, Mama, just buy sunscreen. This girl scares the crap. But it's that passion. It's that passion. Honestly,
Anybody who's
wallah.
listening to this, please wear your SPF. She's like, please wear it.
So something else we learned today is that Misa walks around with SPF everywhere
Yeah,
she
it's
goes,
reality.
and she gives it to.
I got hot sauce in my bag. Miso got sunscreen.
All right, so keeping it rolling. Moving on to the next question, Maha, I'm gonna let you start off this one, and it's what is it like being a woman business owner? I know we kind of were touching on this before the show started, but now is the time to I want to hear what you got to say about this.
Okay, so being a woman business owner, man, it's like the thing is for a lot of us, it's a one woman show. So you're your photographer, you're a social media manager, you're literally everything. So I feel like women are like not to like egg on men, but like better at that kind of stuff than men. So it's really hard, and this whole thing is run by women. This whole event, and I don't think people realize that. We have our own businesses, but like this isn't our main job. It's not our main source of income. We also have like other jobs. Like I know what's her name? Summer was like, guys, I have a meeting to attend, like mid meeting for this event. Reem is literally at work right now, like taking her lunch break to join this Zoom meeting. So like we're all balancing like so many things, and like someone mentioned that we didn't really have much support for the event at the beginning, and we weren't really being taken seriously. We literally started off that hype. We were gonna use the hype gym or the hype banquet until a lot of people started signing up, and we were like, oh my god, like we're literally not gonna fit in the hype gym. Like this is out of our hands. So we upgraded to another venue, and people noticed that we're using a bigger and better venue, and they're like, oh my god, like this is actually serious. So it's really hard, but at the same time, I feel like as women, it's extremely manageable because you have to be passionate about this kind of stuff. Like owning a business in general it's not easy. It's not something you just pull out of nowhere. It takes a lot, and there's a lot of considerations that you have to keep. Does anyone want to add on to what I'm saying?
Yes, I was gonna let Reem, you want to jump in now and also touch on that?
Yeah, I will. Naha's definitely right. Like a lot of us, this is a side hustle for us. Like for me too. Like I'm literally at work. Like I work as an X-ray tech, so now I'm on my lunch break because I'm dedicated to this, and I really wanted to like just kind of put my 2 cents of like what's going on about everything. And to be honest, it gets exhausting. Like I don't lie to you. Like my day consists of like prepping in the morning, going to my 8-hour shift, coming home to prep again, and going to bed and doing it on repeat. Like my days off are dedicated to the business. I try to like give myself me time so I don't stress out. But like honestly, it is rewarding. I love seeing people's reaction, the smile on their face when they text me like, "Oh my god, the day was fantastic. Like when can I order again?" Like that makes me that gives me a good drive. And then people support me on my page, like, "You're so creative. Like how do you do this? Like how do you think of this?" And I'm just like, I'm inspired by you guys. Like I see you guys and I want to do better. Like I want to like reach my full potential of whatever I want to do. So like I think if people just take a moment to understand that we juggle many roles, like some people are students, some people are moms, some people, daughters, some people are, employees of other businesses. So like, I think they just have to understand that concept of like, we juggle a lot of things in our hands and we still try to have a social life. So just to be respectful of that and mindful of it, and not to just be like, how much is this? When can I get this? Like, you know what I mean? Like we're human too. Like
you make it for me like tomorrow, like we have a schedule that like we follow, like whether that's with work. Like I'm in school right now, and I'm running my own business, and like I take care of like my family and my house and everything like that. So everything's kind of like planned to a T. And I think people just think like, oh, like okay, her stuff is pretty. Like she posts like really nice things. Like that's all she's doing all day. I wish that was what I was doing all day.
Oh, the convenience of it, isn't it?
I know, yeah. And a lot of time and effort goes like a lot of time and effort goes into what everyone does, of course. But like some things I think like are extremely detailed and it takes time and it needs to be ordered in advance and stuff like that. So I just wish people sometimes put into consideration that like not only our personal lives, but like the fact that we are literally human, and you know, going to work in the morning or like prepping before you go to work, like you said, Reem, and then going to work and then coming home to finish an order. Like what time are we sleeping? Like I don't remember the last time I've slept like before midnight. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely one woman show. Definitely.
It's worth it. Like people being like, oh my God, I love it. Or like, you know, people who come back and say like, I love what you did for me last time. I would love for you to do it again. And then when people like trust you enough, like a lot of the stuff that I do, people are like, do whatever you want. You have full creative freedom. And the fact that people trust me enough to do that, like for a dessert table where I know like girls are extremely picky about what goes on like a dessert table, the fact that they trust me to do what I want and what I think looks good, like that really means everything.
Summer, did you want to add on to that about what is it like being a woman business owner?
Yeah, I did. I want to spotlight one point that Maha brought up is passion. To be successful in anything, you have to be passionate about it. You know, it's. I think it's very obvious when someone starts a business and they're doing it for the wrong reasons. You know, they'll only put in as much as they are passionate about it. So graphic design is something I've really been into kind of my whole life. I've just never done it formally. I've always done it for friends and family, and you know, throughout my career, like I've always been that go-to person, like, hey, design this, make this, or you know, do this for me. And it's something that really over the years I've gotten so passionate about, and I think that that's what really made me take that jump to just go ahead and start this business and start Summer Formats and offer it to the public, is because I'm so passionate about it. If I wasn't passionate about this, I wouldn't be good at what I did. And like Maha said, people wouldn't trust me to have that creative freedom. So I think, you know, having that passion will get you far. No matter what it is, no matter where you're starting or what you're starting with, you know, none of us start off being the best. And I can even say that for myself too. If I look at my old work, I will laugh at myself.
Oh, I cringe so bad.
Oh my goodness. That's when you see progress. When you look back at your old photos and you're like, oh my God, I used to do that.
Like I can't believe people actually like that.
Yeah, it's very rewarding though, especially when you're looking back at your old work and knowing that people supported you at that stage, and you know, your support has grown and you've grown even in your, you know, in what you're doing, and it's very rewarding, most importantly.
100%, you are absolutely correct.
Yeah, and I just want to throw this out there. First of all, we got people watching. Feel free, it's popping right now, so feel free to give us a call. The number, if you wanted to add on to anything that somebody is saying, the number is 313, Shane is going to yell at me if I don't slow down, 306-1750, all right? There we go. Tiara, same question to you. What is it like being a women business owner? Anything different than what they were saying?
I definitely say like that passion and dedication. Like for me, aside from being a esthetician and a laser tech, I'm LPN. So if I'm not lasering, I'm literally at work. Like we talk all day, and I swear to God, I probably respond to these guys like maybe like twice out the day, because I'm like, either if I'm not with clients, I'm with like my patients. Like for instance, she'll call me like, why aren't you responding? I'm busy, you know. So for me, it was like, to get this off the ground, you definitely have to be committed. You definitely had to be passionate, and I'm new,
and
like to the group and to the city.
This whole thing was
this
her
whole thing?
idea, yeah. Knowing she has a busy schedule like that, and I was like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah, let's just do it. Like, if we don't start, we're not going to do it." So,
like, it was just so how this got started is me and Lamis actually had a conversation. So she did the Saeed event, and she was like, "We should do something like this." So we just kind of talked about it. I don't think at the time when we talked about it, we thought that we would actually move forward with it. So literally, maybe like 3 days later, I met up with Reem, and me and Reem were talking about it, And then I was like, okay, you know what? Later on, once we get home and stuff, I'm going to put the 3 of us in a group chat. So we got together, we talked about it, and then,
I was like, wait a second. I was like, we need summer. So we all just kind of like added the right people that we knew would like have a really important part in the actual event. So I was like, Summer could literally do like the banners and all that stuff, and like the flyer. Well, the flyer is so important. And then I was like, oh my God, Customs by Maha, Winter Wonderland is the theme. Cool, we can have Cocoa Puffs. Like, and then we're like, we're all like, all 5 of us,
and we just like
we're
clicked
we're
as a
very
group.
like. We're very motivated. We're very passionate, and you could tell by our Instagrams we're very serious. It's not like we're a joke. So we knew if we put ourselves together, it'd get done.
You know what's crazy is, and Ahmad, this is for you.
Oh, here we go. This is positive or negative?
This is positive.
Oh, okay,
Just
I'm
take
worried.
it.
I was worried
But
for a second.
Honestly, I've known every single one of these females before, before they got poppin', almost, you know what I mean? And like from the cellular level of these females, the ambition has always been real and raw. Like I'm telling you, and when I say this is like it couldn't have been more real, because this is what the public needs. They need real females to set the standard, to set the tone. None of that like Reem said earlier, none of that clout. Ish, you know what I mean? None of that, because that's not what we need. Well, there's so much, and I love how we keep saying there's so much room for everybody to eat on the table. This is what it's about. It's about everybody eating. It's about everybody knowing where to eat. You know what I mean? And it's important. Like, you know what I mean? It's very, very important to have a very safe, comforting level, and you guys are building that. That's you guys. You guys did this. So again, do it. Cue the.
First of all, speaking of eating at the table, can we get some of these cookies right here that you brought for us? I mean, I'm getting hungry this whole time.
Man. Shout out to Treat You Better, my favorite go-to cookie spot.
I'm just joking about it. If you guys want some
I
cookies.
just
Anybody want some cookies? I was just kidding. I just felt like that was a joke.
I'm gonna go inside and get one.
I feel like this took, they definitely have them. But keeping it rolling, I don't know if you answered it about, what is it like being a woman business owner. I know you kind of were touching off them, but did you want to add on something?
Yeah, sure. Just 2 words. Powerful and a blessing. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Did you want to get into that a little bit more? Or?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. So, it's very powerful knowing that you are a woman and that you are battling so much other things in life, and you're able to, go ahead and actually work.
What do I tell you? What do I tell you every time you get on the phone? I was like, Miso, how does it feel? How does it feel to be that girl? How does it feel to be a boss lady, like, for real? Like, come on. And it's just that having that power is. It's
especially
amazing.
when you doubted yourself.
Right.
You doubted yourself in the beginning, and you think it wasn't going to work, and it worked, and it only worked because you kept going and going,
right.
And you wasn't
Mashallah
going to give up.
all of you guys,
and
honestly.
to be honest with you, being a woman business owner, it's difficult. Mm-hmm. And for every other girl that's out there that's listening, if you want to be a business owner, do it. Don't sit there and push yourself back, because I'm going to tell you right now, there's so much failure into it. You are going to fail not once, not twice, but maybe 5-10 times. Mm-hmm. So you got to keep picking yourself up and keep going, and that's why I say it's powerful. And alhamdulillah, it's such a blessing, because once you get there and it works out and it goes so well, you're just like, wow, it worked. So alhamdulillah.
And it's all worth it at the end.
It's all worth it.
All right.
I also think there's so much power in you're literally the CEO of your brand. You make your schedule, you decide when you want to be available, when you don't want to be available. You're not you don't have what am I trying to say, you don't report to someone. That's really, really awesome. And I didn't want it to feel like corporate in a way, because I feel like that makes it less powerful.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate everybody's answers, and I kind of came up with something to kind of go off of that. And maybe if one of you want to answer the question, and basically I guess what I was going to say is being like a minority business owner. All of you ladies are minority. I know that adds on to it a little bit more. Does anybody want to answer what is how that adds on to it a little bit more? Maybe help somebody explain that, because There's being a women business owner, and then there's being a minority woman business owner as well. Does anybody want to jump in and maybe answer that one? I know I didn't have this one prepared, but it kind of just adds on to it.
No,
Yeah, I'll go ahead and jump in.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Sama. No, you go first.
No, I just wanted to say, so even just without being a small business owner, us as minorities, no matter where we are in corporate America, running our own businesses, we already have to work twice as hard to succeed, just because we don't have that, that advantage that, Americans do, or, that the typical like white American does, unfortunately, or, as bad as that sounds, we have to work twice as hard being a minority. So being a woman minority as well, I feel like it's definitely hard. It comes with its struggles. It comes with its failures, like Miso said. But it is so rewarding. It's so empowering to know, like, hey, like, yeah, the odds are against us, or this is not what your typical, woman minority is doing, but we are showing people, we are proving, especially to the younger generation, it's possible. You have the power. Like, we are leading the way for you. We are opening these doors for you. So it's very empowering, and, I'm thankful to be able to kind of show people the way.
Yeah.
Definitely. Reem, did you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, especially being a minority, I honestly think that our audience, our clientele see us as role models. Like, I've had people literally like message me like, you don't understand, I want to be like you. And I'm like, well, you're you, but like I for me, it sets a standard of like, I'm an inspiration to others, alhamdulillah, and I really want to like show the best, version of myself, and to make sure that people, look up to me in a good way all the time. So I always want to make sure that, I'm on top of things. I want to overwhelm myself, but at the same time, like, you could do it, I can do it. Like, when I had my very first Crunch Wrap pop up, like, I really felt that, like, people were like, damn, Reem did it. Like, she did it, like, I grew so fast, and I didn't realize it myself, and I'm like, wow, I did this too. Like, it's really empowering, honestly. And then, like, even this group of girls that I'm with right now, like, we all each of us all had a name in our head. This was the opportunity that we had, and we knew who we wanted to be in this circle. And this is why it's so important to network and to be powerful. And now that we're all minorities, like, we're even stronger than we were before. So now that we have each other's backs and we're holding hand in hand, we can get through this. And any obstacle that comes to us is not a big deal. We're like, oh, okay, we'll just go to the next one. Like, we don't see failure. We take our losses as gains, and we just move on. We carry on with the lesson. You know what I mean? So we are really role models, and we just have to be very careful with how we present ourselves. So that's why in the beginning, like we said, that the face of the brand isn't important. It's about the quality and the service that you see. So that's what I have to say.
Anyone else wanted to add on, or?
No, they
I
nailed
want
it.
to
I
say,
agree.
well, for me, so I did something completely different. So I'm a black girl coming into like the Arab community, and I was nervous as hell. Like, I came from doing lashes in Oakland County, and Lamisa's like, just come do it. I found a suite for you. I'm like, what? Like, she was working at home at the time, and she like, best friend, I found a suite for you. I'm like, for me, like, B, why you didn't find one for yourself? Like, like, so she's like, just do it. Like, I promise you'll be okay. But coming into it, I was nervous, because it's like, the blacks support the blacks, the Arabs support the Arabs. Like, we all support our community, but I branched out to kind of show, like, as minorities, we can come together. So, like, what I get from, like, the black community is, like, well, how do you have this clientele? Like, how do you have such a diverse clientele when most of, like, my black friends, their clientele is just, like, black? But when you come to my page, you don't know, like, who I am. You don't know what I am or anything. But when you see, you're going to see a black girl, you're going to see an Arab girl, you may see a white girl, you may see an Asian. So I just kind of just, like, stepped in and just kind of, like, broke that mold to be, like, just bring us all together. Like,
Which is huge.
We're all minorities, but we're not any different. Like, us being Arab and us being black, we still got a target on our back.
Right.
We can walk in a building together, and people look at us like we're
Same.
shit, because they like, oh, a black girl and a Arab girl, and then she's wearing a hijab. Like, what are you doing with her? We go get our nails done once a month, and they turn their nose up at us, like, literally, like, and excuse my language, like we're shit.
Yeah.
But we just kind of look at each other and laugh it off. But it's still like walking in and showing it, like, let it go. Like, we're minorities. We're all the same. We're all together. We have a point to prove, basically. Like Summer said, we don't have the we don't have the opportunities that the average white American have.
Yeah.
So we got to just all come together, no matter where you came from, to kind of just show, like, not set ourselves apart. Like, we all want compare. It's like us against them, which you don't really want to say it, but if we don't come together with them, we can come together with each other, and that's pretty much what I'm doing.
And I'm so proud of you.
And that's honestly such a big role to have. Like, let's take a second and understand it for a second. And I mean, like, us just being Yemeniyat, in a sense, we can relate to it just being the Arab of the Arabs. And you know what I mean by that. So minorities, the one thing that I will say about minorities is we have grit, and because we have grit, we have something called territorialism, right? We're like, everybody's territorial. It's like, mine's is mine, right? And being that person that says, no, it's ours, you know? And there's a big powerful twing to that, being that person, right? And then when you do it and you have flow and you have charisma and you're talented, now it becomes something of like fashion, almost something that becomes trendy. Trailblazing, right? Good trailblazing. Again, something that we need. We need more powerful people that can willingly say, I have the courage and I have the bravery to try something new, to break ends meet, to mend broken fences. And that's a huge, huge thing that our community does not have. And that's why we even started the show, was to mend fences and to bring in people and to have that, to break that stereotype, right? And so that's what we're doing, and that's what you guys are doing in a business sense. So, like, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to watch from the outside. And seeing women do it, it's like, it's melting me. Like, I just want to, like, I feel like Olaf right now. I love it.
So
I'm going to come into, since it's Winter Wonderland.
you're coming to Olaf, sir?
That was good.
Olaf. All right. So, first of all, again, for those that are maybe just joining us now, just want to throw this out there that today's topic is about women in the business world. They have this amazing event happening this Friday. I'm going to let them actually tell more about the event and everything like that. Actually, can you actually let people know, like, the time, people that
Maybe we should have done that at the beginning.
at the beginning, right? We didn't
I know
remember.
we're getting a lot of questions about like time and stuff like that, and it's all on the flyer, so it'd be nice to repeat it. So, the event is this Friday, inshallah. It's going to be from 4 to 8. We're gonna have so many vendors, and it's so funny because we actually thought in the beginning that we were only gonna have like 10. We ended up having 40. So, alhamdulillah, I just want to point that out there, that there will be a lot of vendors. So anyone who's out there listening, if you would like to come, please come support everybody. Come see, the faces behind every business, and just come support, your local favorite baker, chef.
So I'll just throw in questions because I know people are going to be quite curious. Will there be products for purchase at the event?
What do you mean? Like
Like
from vendors, or
from the vendors and
Yes.
stuff. Like, is it going to be like kind of like a bazaar, almost
Yes.
kind of like a twang to it?
The admission fee is $10.
Okay.
So everybody who wants to come in is $10, but it does include food. So
Okay.
there's free food. Everything else is with money.
Okay.
So, but with the vendor.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So personal. So you get to. So this is where Reem was saying where we get to actually have that meet and greet because it's going to be vendor. We can actually go meet
So
around.
you'll go to each vendor and then see what they have. If there's something that you like, you could just grab it at that very moment and you could just buy it. And then
Okay.
they have their forms of payment, which is like Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, all that good stuff.
Question that I know might get a little questionably. I know it's a women's event. So what about like children? Are we doing?
No.
So no
because
kids?
we're gonna have a lot of vendors who are gonna have a whole bunch of stuff that's on their table that could
Beautiful.
easily like break. There's gonna be a lot
Okay.
of like glass items, I guess. We're keeping it 13 and older.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the
So-
location?
The location is actually going to be on Prospect in Dearborn. It is Bin Jubair, the new building. It's really pretty. It's much updated. It's right next to, if everyone's familiar with Masjid as-Salam.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, so it's over there, right next to that gas station. It's really nice. It's really big. It's really pretty. So it's funny because we're gonna be at Hype, and honestly, we chose Hype because we really thought we were only gonna have 10 vendors. We're like, this isn't gonna work. Like, let's just start off small. We don't know what's gonna happen, And then once we posted that link for the form, oh man, it went sky high, and we're like, okay, Hype is way too tiny. And look
Well-
at that, we jumped into a bigger venue.
There you go.
I want to just touch on the age question or about the children too. It's not only that, we just don't want the children running around and breaking things or, messing things up. This is a formal business event, we mean business. This is not just a hangout, this is not just a cool place to come spend your Friday night. We're taking this seriously and we want people to take it seriously as well. This is, we've put this together. We are working hard day and night, and we want to be able to benefit the businesses and be able to, have the clients meet the business owners, have the business owners, come together, meet each other, and just, have that place to come together as business owners and keep it formal and classy. And so that's another one of the reasons why we're unfortunately not allowing children, just to clarify there.
Yeah, that was Summer's second time mentioning that this is a formal business event, and she said it with a very strict tone too. Summer's that teacher that people are afraid to get in trouble in her class.
I mean business.
You'd be like, oh yeah, she ain't gonna give me
She's right though. She definitely is right, because honestly, we weren't taken seriously in the beginning and people thought it was a girls club, and it's not. Like, we're trying to network and get the community together because there's some disconnection here. We're not here for competition. We're not here to be jealous. Like, show up and show out, and it's gonna be a good time. We'll have our fun, but it's here for networking. We're here to support you. Like, this event was for the small business owner. This event was for the public, and we're trying to do the best that we can with the resources that we have and we were able to get to make this as awesome as it will be. And inshallah, it'll be a great turnout on Friday, and we hope to see a lot of people there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we do have a couple more questions that we want to get into, but I do want to, again, for those that just joined us, just want to make sure we introduce people that are here today. Obviously, Shay and myself. We have Lamis M. I'm going to just say the first letter of the last name because I think I botched a couple of them last time. So we got Lamis M, Skin by Miso. I got to do the cha-ching for each and every one because this is big money, all right? Maha A for Customs by Maha, of course. You got Reem M, Reem's Yum Yums in the building as well. Well, actually, they're on Zoom. Tiara Foster is here, the Glam Lab and Laser Studio. All right, and then we have Summer A. Summer Formats is on Zoom as well. They are with us answering these questions about, women in the business world. So we're having a great conversation right now. If people are tuned in, feel free to comment. I have YouTube right in front of me. If you have any questions about the event happening this Friday, feel free to shoot the question now. We can ask the people that are responsible for the event. So if you want us to answer any of the questions, we are here. And moving on to the next question, do you all plan on having more of these in the future? I'm going to let Reem, I don't know if you've started yet or not, so Reem, I'm going to let you answer that one.
Yeah, honestly, we do plan to have more of these. Of course, the first one's always a learning curve, so we know now what to expect and what to have ready for the vendors and the public so that we know what should be going on. To be honest, we just hope that this one goes smoothly first and we have a good turnout. That way we can better prep and plan for the next one, because it was a bit overwhelming to get people to ask questions and how, change the place, change the date, change this, change that. I'm like, well, you're not hosting the event, respectfully, we are, and we're trying to all connect and not have conflicting schedules, so that way we have an opportunity for everybody to attend and be a part of it as well. So inshallah, definitely many more in the future, but we just want to see how this turns out, and we just want to experience it first, and hopefully we'll be able to do more.
Awesome. Does anybody else wanted to add on to that? Any of the ladies want to add on to why maybe y'all want to do more? I mean, Lamis, I don't know if you want to add on.
Yeah, sure. So in the beginning, we were like, oh, let's just test this out and see if it's actually going to work. So we all agreed on not having a second one, to be honest with you. And then obviously, alhamdulillah, it's been going well so far. So we were now thinking about it, okay, maybe we could do an annual thing and we could go ahead and go bigger. So like she said, we wanted to see how it's going to work out, and if it goes well, why not? I feel like it'd be great to have a second one, because now we learned, because a lot of things that happened was everything was last minute, especially with the vendors. We had a lot of last minute vendors trying to join after the deadline. And we all were just debating, should we open the link again? Should we accept them? What should we do? Deadlines, it's over. And we just wanted an opportunity for everybody, so we all were okay, let's fine. Let's let it go. We're going to let it happen. So we let that happen. So now that's going to, give us time to actually think about, okay, next year, we got to make sure we do this ahead of time, not a couple weeks before the actual event. So, why not? If it goes well, alhamdulillah, who knows, maybe we could do something really, you know, huge, and it wouldn't be just women. We could actually open and make it, you know, something bigger.
That was gonna be one of my questions.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, didn't want to put nobody on the spot or anything like that. But you know, like I was gonna say, why just women? I was going to mention that, but I see kind of through your answers why just women.
Yeah,
and I respect it.
Yeah, I think it's really important to finally shed like a spotlight to a specific community that doesn't often get shedded on. And then this is very, very specific. When do you ever hear like girl only events or this, and it's a public event?
Yeah.
Like, well, like just, and this is completely separate, and I mean like completely 100% separate, but there was just like a random girls party. And you know, these like 18, 19, 20-year-old girls that are in that party move, they want to dress up and just dance and whatever. There was an all-girls, DJ Khaled threw an all-girls party. And I was like, oh, snap. Like, there's something, you know what I mean? Now that so that like honestly it gives somebody some type of entertainment, right? But when you do it on a business aspect, you're giving people the chance to grow. And that's what's really, really important to this, because you're giving it has like a positive intention almost behind it. And that's special, right? And that gives not only the exposure, but it gives people the likelihood of actually supporting. You know what I mean? Like, people coming out to this event, like, there's a big likelihood that people are going to start furthering supporting them in whatever means. Whether it goes through more following on social media, whether it becomes actual, you know, clientele, whatever the case may be.
That was our purpose, too.
This is how it happens. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad. And again, like I said, it couldn't have been a better group of ladies to do it.
I'm happy to hear that. You know, it's funny that my wife asked the same question, will there be events in the future? Yes, great minds do think alike. We do have a question. Are masks required?
No. So,
No.
I guess since the COVID thing is
I
on.
mean,
Listen,
it's to your comfort level.
Yeah.
Like,
Listen,
Yeah,
as
you're
whatever
comfortable
Governor
wearing-
Gretchen says, that's what we say.
Yeah.
Or what they say. That's what they say. Governor Gretchen is in charge of that, young ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you. If you personally feel
Reem
like
was
you
wearing
need
a
to wear
mask earlier and I didn't even know that was Reem.
You could wear a mask.
Well, she's at work, that's why.
Yeah, but I will say though, I mean, given COVID cases, I think
I
that
know. I mean,
we
we already know.
respectfully,
I was just reading the
again,
news
so-
today and I took the biggest gulp
just
of my life.
respectfully, if you feel comfortable wearing one, you're more than happy
Yeah.
to wear one. But at the same time, like maintain your distance. You know, everybody got their own personal bubble, so you know.
right, like,
Yeah,
don't
honestly,
have to
it's
go
a
everybody's
space.
face,
Listen,
but,
COVID is
you know.
not new anymore. Let's treat it very responsibly and let's be very cordial. Do what you're comfortable doing. And, you know,
Exactly.
please don't come if you're having any
No judgment
symptoms.
zone, you know. If
You
wanna wear
know,
a mask,
you guys
wear a
already
mask.
know. It's common sense. This is where we need it, just like how Summer keeps reiterating it's a formal business event. Please have that anticipation when it comes to your health, too. You know, like,
I
I'm
think
gonna...
Summer should just have a sign that says no kid, because I think she just wants to like walk.
I do. I definitely do. Maybe I should. I'm gonna start designing that next.
That's a pretty big space at Hamdadah, so everyone's gonna have their own table. There's so much floor space in the middle, so I think we'll be okay. Just take.
Yeah, and people will be in and out. Like the idea isn't really for people to like sit and stay necessarily, but to kind of like browse and meet with people and talk and like be like, oh, this was cool, and like kind of like, you know, just take their time. And like even if you don't buy anything, the whole point of the event is that once you leave with like saying like, damn, that was great, like what an experience, or like it was impactful to you, or like what did you learn from it? You know what I mean? Even if you don't buy anything, like the idea is just to kind of show up and see like, oh, let's see what the hype was about, and be like, oh wow, they actually did this and this, or this was so useful, or I'm happy they talked about this. Like that's what we want. We want it to just be a positive vibe, and for you to come and enjoy and just see what it's like, and then just kind of take that with you as you leave.
I love it.
Yeah, despite it being like a professional event, it's still meant to be fun. Like we're gonna have a photo booth. We're gonna have like so many vendors with really cool things that I kind of don't want to spoil, but like it's
Yeah,
just,
no spoiling here. You have to
no.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Seriously, since it's an all girls
Go ahead.
event, like girls that don't want to wear their scarves, is that something that they can do?
I
personally
honestly wouldn't encourage that, just because like there is going to be no men for sure. Like we already talked to the person in charge of the hall and everything,
Okay.
but like people are gonna want to take photos, and like we don't want to take the risk of that. So honestly, just keep it respectful. Like even the vendors don't want their face being shown, even if they are hijab or not.
Yeah,
so like just be mindful of that when people come in. Just please be mindful. Like, hey, I want to take a video, I want to take a snap, or I want to do this. Like things get around, people share. Like just be mindful of that. So I think when the public as well as the vendors themselves, like people want to see their stuff out and about and share it and tag, but just be respectful for other people's wishes.
Got it.
Well, I'm about to do one of my famous puns. I know Shay loves my puns, so
He makes me cringe.
you guys left hype athletics, but people are still hype about the event. You see what I'm saying? see what's up
Yes.
there? There you go. Shay loves for Shay, and then Shay loves them. All right.
That was a good one.
Thank you. So, before we go on to the last question, which is my favorite one, it's like the advice one, and leaving this one with some advice. Do want to give a shout out to the second sponsor. It's BC Adhesives. You got to do it. They are the second sponsor today, located in Franklin, Wisconsin. You can go to BC Adhesives for all of your industrial adhesives needs. They do food packaging, book binding, product assembly, many other industrial services. If you are in need of adhesives for your business or having trouble with your current adhesives applications, you can contact them by phone 1-888-679-9825 or by their website www.bcadhesives.com. Shout out to Matt, Terry Cassidy, Ed, and Jake, and everybody over there at BC Adhesives. Great people. They're like family. All right, they're like family. So, with that said, still can't get over that fact that there will be 40 vendors. Wow, y'all killing it. Can't wait. People are saying, I'm so proud of you ladies. Keep up the good job.
Really
just wanted to share some of the comments. Amar, that was a great joke. Thank you so much.
Who said that?
Nobody did.
Oh, I was gonna say, if it was your wife, she does not count.
What if it was Amila?
If it was Mila or Alan, it does not count.
Okay. Well, it was nobody. I just wanted to give myself a shout out right there. All right. So with that said, number 6 and final question, and anybody has a final word, feel free to share. So for anyone listening to the show, I guess what advice would you give them when it comes to opening up a small business? Because I think everybody started already, so we can start back.
Let's do it.
Putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
Putting me on the spot. Okay, so just do it. Like.
Yeah.
You already got the plan, just do it. I mean, you're going to mess up along the way, but rebrand yourself as many times as you have to. You're going to learn stuff along the way. I started in February. I'm coming up on year 1. There's things that I started off doing that I don't do now. There's things that I learned along the way that I know to put into year 2. So just start over, make the necessary changes, and just pray. Like, the answers will come to you. So surround yourself with the right people, network, it'll just come. Hustle it out. It'll happen. Like I said, we in Dearborn. It's 10 different places on the same street. Yeah. So
listen, man, if all of those
it's
hookah
really
shops
room
can
for
make it,
exactly.
That's what I'm saying, man. There's so much room. Everybody can eat. Like, just go look on Michigan Avenue.
That's the point. I'm on Michigan Avenue. It's 10 different salons, but I mean, we're all doing things,
Everybody's doing it, and I love that. I love the momentum that you guys are giving to. You guys are inspiring, because I'll tell you guys this. So I'm not necessarily a business woman, you would say, but I do influence, and I do have a big carrier, right? And when I look at females like this, you guys inspire me to do things that I do in my own personal life, in my only personal twang, you know what I mean? So that's huge. Like it's there. It's so motivational. It's so inspiring. And when somebody is like suffering from any type of an ailment, you guys, and I'm big on mental health and I'm big on physical health and whatever, when you see that consistent, when you have a community that isn't judgmental, that is consistently, that's supportive, and that's coming out of our shells and actually, holding on to each other and literally saying, we are them. Like, we're doing that. You know what I mean? And for me, that is what I wish I had coming up with being diagnosed with MS. Like, if there was this coming up, at least I would know that there was a backbone in the community, which is what you guys are doing now. Again, something that we didn't have, that powerful females are starting to do. And it takes somebody, and I'm glad it's y'all. Voila.
And believe it or not, coming from a guy's perspective, that you ladies doing this inspires men. I feel like people that actually understand all the stuff that you go through. There's still going to be the men that are going to be like, blah, 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 blah. But I think it's inspirational to myself, too.
Listen,
because you guys are dealing with more battles than we would have to deal with. That's for sure.
I'll tell you guys one thing that my sister told me, and it's one of my sister's, like, if you guys know my sister, you guys know my sister. But it was one of the best things that Esma, my little sister, told me, and I keep it with me every single day. She's like, hey, Shayma, you can be the biggest, juiciest peach, and people still won't like peaches. You know what I mean? You can be the best of what you are, and people are still going to have a problem with what you are or what you do or whatever. We're not here for those people. Those people, their book has closed a long time. We're not even trying to change their mind, right? We're looking for the people that are willing. We're looking for the people that have that momentum, the willingness to accept or to move or to motivate. And again, that's you guys. You guys are the people that are looking at it, and I'm just like, oh, that's a pomegranate, that's a peach. There goes my mango. There goes, and I love that, you know? It's just, it's very motivational, honestly. Coming from somebody that motivates, you guys are fan-freaking-tastic.
All right, Miso.
Well, I'm glad we impressed you.
All right. You guys, I'm telling you guys, I feel like Olaf. Like, I'm literally melting right now. Like, all I can do is pray for you guys.
That's exactly why we wanted to do it. We wanted that type of energy, that type of vibe.
All
Like I
you
said
guys,
at the beginning.
all I'm gonna do
The
is
table's
go-
available. The table is available. You can seat yourself,
Right.
but at the end of the day, you're gonna attract the people that you resonate and are passionate with, and those people are gonna end up being with you along the way. It comes to that always.
Absolutely.
Always.
All right, so Miso, same question to you. I guess what advice would you give people that are trying to open up a small business?
Don't give up. You guys know me, I always say that. Don't give up. That's the biggest thing I could give. Only because I've given up more than 30 times, and I'm about to close my 2 years. Man, you know, you go through so much failure with this business, no matter what business it is, to be honest. And that's also, and it goes for men and women, because you're not just doing just your business. You are a mother, a daughter, you know, a brother, a sister, you know, a wife. So, and I just recently got married to a newlywed, so that played a big role into my business as well. So it was like, okay, do I pause now? What should I do? And I paused. I actually paused, you know, before my wedding, and it played a big role. And I was just like, oh my God, like, what do I do now? And you know, and I'm not gonna lie to you. After my wedding, I was just like, you know, I don't feel like working anymore. You know, and it was because of the pause that I did. And you know, my best friend T, of course, was like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, are you okay? Like, do you remember where we were?
Right.
Why? Like, we finally got to where we wanted. We were at that spot, and now you want to give up?
Right.
She's like, don't you want to keep going and see where we're gonna get to? You know?
Right.
And I was just like, you know what? She's right. Like, what am I doing? And my mom was like, hello. Like, are you okay? Like, do you remember who we are? Because my mom's also a cosmetologist, and she was like, you know, get back on your feet. Let's go.
Great cosmetologist at that.
Amazing. Alhamdulillah, and I'm so thankful for her. She always motivates and pushes me and inspires me too, because she's been in the industry for 9 years. So, all I can say is you guys don't give up, because there's going to be so much failure. You're going to want to give up so many times. But as soon as you pick yourself right back up and you force yourself to move, no matter whether you're getting up at 6 in the morning or 11 in the morning or 12, you know, get up. All I can say is just get up and don't give up.
I love it.
Thank you so much. And Maha, same question to you, Maha. For anyone listening to the show, what advice would you give them when it comes to opening up a small business?
So I think the hardest part about starting a business or even owning a business is making the decision to create that business. Like, that's probably 50% of your entire business, because it's hard. It's scary. You want to start something, you don't know if it's gonna succeed. You don't know if there's people who are gonna support it. You literally don't know. You're putting you're giving your all into it, and you're kind of just, you gotta have like tawakkul. You know, you have to have faith in God and faith in yourself to really get it going.
I hope she's going to be a vendor at the event.
Sorry, what did you say?
Pun intended.
Oh, she is.
Who?
Maha?
No. You guys
I cannot hear you. Your mom
guys
is
didn't get the
yes,
pun.
she is.
Oh my gosh, she's
You guys
gonna be
didn't get the
there.
pun.
She has amazing planners. Like, they're beautiful.
All right. Back at it.
And like Lamis said,
Summer, you're on it. You see why Summer? I freaking love this girl. Summer got it like this though. I just saw that little smile and I was like, oh, she got it.
You're gonna probably fail, and it's not easy. You're gonna invest a lot of money, a lot of time into it, and you're gonna reach some points where you're like, oh my God, I really don't think I can do this anymore.
But if you can get through one breakdown, I guess, you can literally make it through anything. And like Femi said, you kind of have to have this like work-life balance, because especially if this isn't the only thing you're doing in your life, if your business is not your main source of income or your main priority, you have to learn that when to turn off the business or turn off those messages, or to say no to people, which is something I honestly struggle with a lot, saying no. I feel so bad to turn people away, but sometimes you really got to do it for your own mental health. And I talk to Reem about this all the time. I can squeeze people in, and I do it because I understand that, like, you know, they're probably really stressed out, so let me ease their stress. But I also have to think about myself. Like, if I have an essay due tonight, when am I going to complete the essay? When am I going to turn in the essay? If I have like a meeting the next day, if I have like class, like, am I going to have to wake up earlier to squeeze this person in? Am I going to have to go to sleep later? So, and also one thing I tell a lot of girls who DM me, like, do you have any advice, is honestly, don't put your personal life, like, sometimes you got to do it, but don't put your personal life to the side because of your business. If your friend wants to hang out and you're like, oh, but I have like so much to do, like, go hang out with your friend. You're still entitled to being a person, like being a human being. You need connections, and you need to talk to other people other than, you know, your clients, or like other than doing what it is that you sell in your business. And we talked about this before the show. There's a McDonald's and a Burger King right next to each other. Who cares if someone is doing the same exact thing you're doing? And Dee mentioned this earlier. She said you have your own aesthetic. You're gonna have your own audience. The clientele is gonna be different. Like, what is stopping you? If it's fear that's stopping you, then you really just got to rip the Band-Aid off and, you know, go with it. Like, whatever happens, happens. If you fail, you fail. But don't let that failure set you back and, you know, shut everything down.
Very, very good answers. I'm loving all of them right now. Summer, same question for you. Any advice for someone trying to open up a small business?
My advice is find your passion and follow it. There's not going to be a right time to start. You're not going to have all the answers. You're not going to do everything right the first time. Find something you're passionate about and go for it. I struggled myself. Like I said, I was doing this my whole life, and I would always hear from my friends and my family, like, why don't you do this? Why don't you, put your work out there? Why don't you offer this service? And I went for a facial with Lamis, and I'm telling her about my ideas, and she's like, go for it. And I'm telling her, like, I'm scared, I'm nervous. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to start. I don't know if people will like what I do. And she's just like, go for it. So that's the best advice I can really give, is find your passion, put your everything into it, and go for it. You'll get the answers along the way. You'll find out how to do things. You'll make connections. You'll network with people, and your business will grow. And just to people who, see our work and might be inspired by us, don't let our pretty Instagram pages fool you, especially mine, because I'm big on graphic design, right? And I always get the comment like, wow, your feed is so aesthetically pleasing. Like, everything looks so nice and pretty. It is on the outside, but there's struggles, there's sleepless nights, there's times when, we make mistakes, there's times when we, might disappoint customers or clients, and these things happen. This is just real life. Do not let that discourage you, because at the end of the day, the benefits always outweigh, those bad days, or those bad clients, or those unsatisfied clients. And, these things will happen. It's life. People make mistakes. People, we learn and grow from those mistakes. Do not let that discourage you. Just find your passion and go for it. You will not regret it.
I'm loving it. And then Reem, same question for you. Any advice for someone that is looking to open up a small business?
Yes. My biggest advice is to grow outside your comfort zone. Anybody who knows me, I tend to I'm more of an introverted person, but once I'm with a group of people, like, my extrovertness comes out. And this is my first time doing this podcast. Like, I've never done this before, and it feels great. Like, I feel alive. Like, it's just fun to do things outside of your comfort zone. Like, when I did my first pop-up, like, the adrenaline, like, the anxiety, the nerves, like, it's really nice, because at the end of the day, when you look back, you're like, damn, I did that. Damn, I accomplished all these small goals. And you just take pride in those small successes. Like, you went from 100 followers to 800 followers to 1,000 to 2,000, et cetera, et cetera. And you just see your page grow, and you see people, like, loving your feed, and you just, that dopamine effect is like, oh my God, like, yeah, like, you get really happy about it. But at the same time, like, just kind of take a step back and see your progress, see your growth, and you fall in love with your passion over and over again once you see yourself growing. And it's honestly incredible. It's like one of my biggest advices. Like, you have to go outside your comfort zone. Like, don't push yourself to the point where you freak yourself out and you're scared about it. But, just take small steps in doing things, and, be with a good circle that will push you to do those things outside your comfort zone, like this event, and like again being like just with all these girls and doing this podcast together, and all the advice they've given, I 100% agree with every single one of them, because honestly all of our businesses have it. Like we all have to start somewhere, we all have to have passion, we all have to have a life balance, we all just gotta dip our toes in the water and just start sailing and just do what you can.
Well, first of all, let me give a round of applause for those answers. Definitely amazing answers. And I mean, I guess before I close out the show, like any final word, I don't know if y'all want to go over one more time what it is that is happening on Friday. I don't know if someone, I mean, do you want to do it, or Tiara, you want to go ahead and mention, I guess, what's happening this Friday, one last time, just kind of like, I guess, the venue, the time, stuff like that.
Yeah. So once again, this Friday we're doing our Winter Wonderland. That's our theme. Our caption is "It's Snowing Small Businesses." Just come in, check us out. We're all going to be hosting. We'll all have our own tables for you to stop by and kind of meet us one-on-one, kind of meet a lot of other local businesses one-on-one. It's from 4 to 8. It's going to be here in Dearborn. And we got some, aside from vendors, we got photo booths, we have some speakers, some amazing speakers that's gonna come just kind of motivate you guys, kind of.
DJ, we're gonna have food. We're gonna have Gahwa House also. They're gonna sponsor. So
and our raffles.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's gonna be a grand prize as well. So as soon as you come to the door and you pay for your admission fee, make sure you write your name and your phone number and your Instagram handle on that ticket, and we're gonna collect it. And even if, like, let's say for an example, you leave, you don't stay the whole time, we'll be sure to call you or DM you.
there you go. Food, DJ, amazing way to connect with other businesses as well.
I'm speaking at the event.
Is that why she looked at you? Shay Strong is speaking at the event. I see you, Shay.
We didn't mention that because we wanted to kind of like surprise everybody
people
at the end and say like, oh, we're having a special guest.
Yeah, don't tell nobody. I don't want to get nervous. I want to be real and wrong.
But
She said, don't tell nobody on the whole podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure you guys speak about empowerment.
The people are these guys. Osmedia, they get the special. The real.
I'm gonna use that as the 1 minute clip.
You better
Shay
not.
is going to be on the show.
I know where you sleep.
Any ladies? Anybody want to make any final word that y'all want to add on? Anything else?
I just wanted to add on to what Reem said for the advice of giving to small business owners, well, whoever wants to start one. She did say to, associate yourself with people who want to grow like that and hustle like that. And I do want to emphasize on that because when I went to beauty school, I dropped all my friends. I was surrounded by a lot of people who just weren't like chasing the hustle, chasing the money or going somewhere. It was just, let's hang out, let's do this, you know what I mean? So as soon as I met Tiara at beauty school and we became friends, she was always like, hey, like we're gonna make it, like we're gonna make money, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that.
Yeah. By the way, I had no plan on how we were gonna do it, but I just
You just had
I just kept saying
No,
it.
the ambition.
Make it.
That's the ambition.
I was just like, okay. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
and at that moment, I'm like, what's this girl talking about, And then she was like, well, yeah, whatever. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get a suite. We're doing this.
no money, by the way.
Yeah, no money,
like
no
didn't know
nothing,
how we were making it happen, but
And I literally dropped everybody, and I stuck with her throughout every single moment. And I swear to you, if I was not with her, I probably would not make it.
Yeah.
Because the first thing that happened was we worked, and guess what? We literally got suites, and we were right across from each other in the same building. So it's
So
kind of
nice.
all I want to say is, man, surround yourself with people who want to chase that money, who want to get somewhere. You always want to be with people who are motivated, who want to, build themselves, who want to, build an empire.
Right,
You know what
right.
I mean? So if you hang out with people like that, you are for sure gonna make it, and not just you, but you and them. So make sure you do that.
Humble Queens, all of you ladies are amazing. Wow, mashallah, you guys are amazing. These are commenters, just throwing those comments out there. And again, thank you, each and every one of you. I know this was like a lot of you at once. We definitely would love to have each and every one of you coming on one more time, or at least more than one time. if it's together, separately, just explaining some other conversation. And we always like to say if there's topics that y'all want to discuss. When I seen this, I was like, you know what, this would be a great one because this is a good conversation to have. Plus, obviously, something's coming up, time sensitive as well. So it was kind of like perfect timing. Secret is safe, guys. You messed up, Shay. You messed up, Shay. Someone said that. Her name is Hiba. Secret is safe, and she did the emoji with, yeah. There you go. So
that's my girl.
But no, in all seriousness, thank you, ladies, for all being a part of this. This was awesome. We did something similar to this before, but again, we could do this plenty of more times. Yeah.
There's two things that I want to say before we close out, Ahmad. I loved how he mentioned that there's a Burger King, McDonald's right next to each other, and you don't need to just support one individual doing that one individual thing. I have a lot of friends that do a lot of the same thing, and it's very easy to support all of them. You don't need to necessarily be that person that is like, we're not in high school, it's not Mean Girls, where your loyalty goes to one person. No. Again, everybody can eat, everybody has an aesthetic, everybody has their own little twang to it, everybody got their own little spice, and so it is what it is. And enjoy, go enjoy and experience. These are services that people obviously are giving because they're passionate about it, and there's nothing wrong to positively support somebody's passion, and I think that's very, very important.
100%. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people forget that supporting is 100% free.
Yeah.
Throwing a like on Instagram, throwing a comment, reacting to a story, it's all free. It may seem small, but it helps our pages so much. It helps boost engagement. It helps let other people see our posts. It's one of the best things you can do for a business.
Yeah, I agree with Maha.
No, go ahead. By the way, whoever was
You're
good.
I was gonna say, when I started Instagram, I was the hype girl. I literally was on everybody's page, and I commented, and I liked, and they're like, "Who the hell is this chick? Who does she think she is?" Just, saying, "Oh my god, look at this!" No, and I reposted, and I shared reels, and I did that stuff, and then look, it came back to me, alhamdulillah, and I'm so grateful for it. And I mean, for real, if you're just there, and people are like, "Oh, you really are invested, you really are reading my posts and my captions, and paying attention to detail," and people are like, "We really love you, we appreciate you." I'm like, yeah, people need to see your talent, it's fantastic, you're doing great, keep it up. People like to hear that. I mean, validation isn't always we don't always need it, but people just want to make sure that their efforts are appreciated. That's what it is, you know what I mean?
Words of affirmation are huge, and we were just talking about it on a different show. Big Sis is not here, but she would be the one that would be saying this right now. But to give flowers to the people that deserve it while they're still around, rather than waiting until they're not here anymore to give a flower to them,
exactly.
to show the gratification, or to show how much we're appreciative of you guys. And again, you guys are doing something that's bigger than yourselves. Firstly, this is bigger than you as the individual. This is bigger than your business. You're doing this to serve the community. This is to serve a greater good, which again is something that you guys should all feel very, very, very proud of yourselves, because it's not easy. And coming from the perspective of having nonprofit work and having to put events together, I can tell you guys it is not easy. So again, and then to put that business twang to it, to make it have professionalism and all of that fun, I can only imagine all of the work that it took. So again, kudos to you guys.
It's just short amount of time.
Yeah, and in 2.5 seconds. It literally came in 2.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's a lot of work that not a lot of people would do.
Right.
Because what are you really getting out of it?
Right.
You know
and I mean, Ahmad, we would know because we're in the work of things that people don't do. So can you only imagine putting photo booths and DJs and food?
The crazy thing is we're not even benefiting anything from this, to be honest with you.
Right.
A lot of people. I know a lot of people are assuming that we're making money off of it or something, but we're really not. We're actually losing from our pockets, and we don't care, because what our purpose was making sure that every small business owner in Dearborn Heights, everywhere, and we also, by the way, we have a vendor coming from Buffalo, New York.
Mashallah.
Crazy, So we really want them to get the exposure they want and need.
Because
we
because
want them to be out there.
I think another really big thing that like is a good thing, and I'm glad we did this podcast so people could hear it. Is it's a safe space, and that's really big because females, we don't get that safe feeling a lot, and well like and I can just tell you it from the smallest of it, when we have to reiterate and tell the DJ and put it on an invitation not to have photos out. That's how much we don't have safety, or we don't have trust, right? So coming to a place where now we're literally saying, hey, you guys, this is going to be 100% safe. We did it at a venue. We're doing it. We care about liability. We care about this. We care about this. We care about your safety. We care about your happiness. We want you guys to enjoy your time. All of that is coming into a sense where somebody like should feel appreciative, and the community, I'm sure, is going to be so appreciative of the stuff that's coming.
We hope everybody comes.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Inshallah, that is awesome. Again, thank you all for being here. You ladies are great and such an inspiration to the younger generation. The sky's the limit. I cannot wait for the event. So just want to share that out there. Someone else threw that out there. So you guys are definitely already getting positive reviews, and it hasn't even happened. So I can only imagine how great it's going to be. Well, with all that said, ladies, I'm sorry. I told them like, it might be an hour, but it's been about an hour and 30. But I hope you all enjoy the conversation. I hope the people that are watching enjoy the conversation, or people that will watch it later will enjoy the conversation, learn something new, very educated conversation. And so take notes.
Thank you for having us.
Take notes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it, and we hope to do this again soon.
Yes.
I know. I think honestly, this was one of my favorite shows.
Yes. So, and we had them on a TV, by the way. So it's usually a lot better when we're in person, but you know, it is what it is. But I appreciate it. Seriously, thank you, ladies, for being here. Again, people want to watch the show. It's available on Oz Media 313. YouTube page, and then you can listen to the show on Apple and Spotify podcasts under Oz Media. This is the Table Talk Show. We go live at 7 o'clock every Tuesdays, and we will see you all next week, Tuesday. It should be another fun one. And again, thank you, ladies, and we will... that's all we have. Have a great rest of your night.
All right, guys. See you guys next week.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
You too. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.